You know how to book flights and hotels. All you're missing is a tool to plan the travel experiences you'll have once you arrive. That's why you need Viator. Book guided tours, activities, excursions, and more in one place to make your trip truly unforgettable. Viator has over 300,000 travel experiences to choose from. Everything from simple tours to extreme adventures and all the niche, interesting stuff in between. So you can plan something that everyone you're traveling with will enjoy. Real traveler reviews give the inside scoop from people who've already been on the experiences you're considering. So you can plan with confidence. Free cancellation helps you plan for the unexpected. And 24/7 customer support means you can travel worry-free. Download the Viator app now and use code Viator10 for 10% off your first booking in the app. Find travel experiences for you. Do more with Viator.
Hi, everybody. Today, my mommy is going to talk about Martin Van Buren.
Thank you, Noah, for introducing Martin Van Buren, the 8th President of the United States. Just like the 6th President, John Quincy Adams, Martin Van Buren is best known for his accomplishments before and after becoming president. Before becoming president, he created the Democratic Party that still exists today. Andrew Jackson was the first president to represent the new party, followed by Martin Van Buren. Unfortunately for Van Buren, his presidency would not be quite as successful as Jackson's. Martin Van Buren was born in a small town in upstate New York called Kinderhook. The town of Kinderhook is about 20 miles south of Albany, the capital of New York. At 24 years old, Van Buren married a lady by the name of Hannah Hose, who was a childhood friend of his and also happened to be a distant cousin. They had 5 children together, and Hannah would pass away only 12 years after they married. Martin Van Buren would choose not to marry again. Before beating William Henry Harrison in the election of 1836, Van Buren served in the New York Senate, served as Attorney General of New York, served as a Governor of New York, and then as Secretary of State for Andrew Jackson. He was such a clever politician, he was given many nicknames, including Little Magician and Red Fox of Kinderhook. When he became president, the nickname he embraced was Old Kinderhook, even though he was the youngest president to ever take office at the age of 54. Van Buren had some success as president. He can be credited with resolving tension on the border of Maine and Canada. The U.S. nearly went to war with British Canada, but Van Buren was able to convince both sides to settle the issue without war. As strong a president as he may have been, his legacy would be tarnished by the Panic of 1837 that started soon after his inauguration and led to jobs being lost, businesses going bankrupt, and banks closing their doors. Even though the panic happened on his watch and resumed through the mid-1840s, economists believe his response to the panic was a good one and things would have been worse without his guidance. Another stain on his presidency took place with the Trail of Tears. The policy of Indian removal was actually started by Andrew Jackson, who signed the Indian Removal Act of 1830, making it possible for something like the Trail of Tears to happen. Van Buren stood by and allowed it to take place on his watch, demonstrating his support for the policy started by Andrew Jackson. Primarily because of the economic troubles during his 4 years, Martin Van Buren was trounced in the election of 1840, losing to William Henry Harrison, who he had beat soundly 4 years earlier. William Henry Harrison was a member of the Whig Party, which was created just a few years prior as an anti-Andrew Jackson party. After serving his 4 years as president, Martin Van Buren openly opposed the expansion of slavery into new states. His opinions against slavery were so strong he would support Republican Abraham Lincoln in 1860, despite creating the Democratic Party himself. Martin Van Buren's legacy is neither great nor terrible. More than any other president before him, Van Buren had major successes as well as major failures. If you look at the presidential rankings of historians, you can usually find Martin Van Buren somewhere in the middle. Martin Van Buren, also known as Old Kinderhook, could best be described as an okay president. If you ever wondered why we say okay to describe something neither great nor terrible, look no further than the 8th President of the United States, Martin Van Buren, who signed his name with the letters OK and is the reason why we say okay today. Join Olivia and her dad tomorrow when they get curious about cars. Until next time, stay curious.